Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pecunian Consortium. We are just about to finish our very first colony ship, and thus just about to start our very first own colony. And that's certainly something to behold. I'm currently debating what we should do with our construction ship here. I mean, we could just drive it up here and get ourselves more science. And more science is almost always good science, especially in the early game, where we want to get ourselves that little tiny bit of a lead. Or we could save up to build a frontier outpost down here. Yeah, so I think since we won't be able to do anything about these hostile aliens... Oh, we're looking on Korgas. We're already at 7. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is frontier outpost down here. And then we're just gonna hope, keep our fingers crossed, and then maybe... I don't think we're gonna have the border range just yet. But yeah, I sure hope we will be able to get to it once we research some border... what's it called? Border range. So yes, that's gonna be that. Transmission from... ah, there they go. The polity, how do you even pronounce that? Of Bilnaga. Very nice. Alright, what are you? An indirect democracy, individualist, xenophobic militarists. Alright, so... we're individualists, we have that in common. And they're democratic crusaders. So they're like the space US. Alright. Cooperation will benefit us all. Let's take a look. What do you have to say? Xenophobia and, of course, the democratic crusaders. So they don't like us. They do not like us, which kind of makes me want to declare them our rival right away. Because, yeah, even from a role-playing standpoint, I mean, do we really want to trade with people who want to impose their ways on everyone? I mean, that's surely gonna be bad for business, right? Yeah, that is gonna be bad for business. So right away, you are terrible, sir. And there we go. Lesiria is inside their borders. Inside their sphere of influence, rather. So no way for us to get there. Alright, that's the colony ship done. I think there's really no two ways about where we're going here. We can't get down there. We don't have any any potential targets over there. I think we're just gonna go to Desdemon. The question is, which planet? I mean, we have a... oh, it's cross-influence now. That's interesting. We have an 18 size, a 12 size, and a 17 size. So we have, what did I say, 18, so that's 14 slots available here, and that's 15 here. Let's see, do we have any good headquarters sites on either of those? Yeah, that would be a pretty good headquarters site, I think. That one would too, but I think that one is superior still. Yeah, let's go with this one. So, colony ship. There you go. Colonize this and settle down there. Name our colony, Desdemon Prime. I didn't really think about this. Pecunia. Well, I did base the name of this race on the Latin word for wealth, so maybe we should call this one something silver, even though our main system's already called Argento, so yeah, that's Argenta, it's no matter. Alright, evading hostile fleet. Yeah, of course you are, so you don't want to do that. Instead, want to keep going. There, please. Right, once again, you want to settle there. And let's just call it the default name. If someone in the comments comes up with a good name for secondary planets, or even with a list of names, I'll be more than happy to take a look at it. Right, where are we? That's one of the things we surveyed. Or we can either get a mining station, Pecunian. Where is that even? Up there. Or we can scrap it for materials. That's very tempting. Very tempting indeed. But I think for the immediate future we'll have a bigger benefit by taking the minerals. Yes. Alright, so where are we at? Do we want to... No, I don't actually think we want to settle for... what's it called? For food production here. What I think we will want to do is clear that tile so that we can start producing energy credits there. And then, yeah, Rimboth will get a frontier outpost. Yes, it will. Right, what else? You are still working back there. That's alright, just keep on surveying. After that... Right, colony ships on the way. There we go. Let's take a close-up look at what we're doing here.
Construction complete.
And...
System survey
colonization... a go. Indeed a great day for the Pecunian Consortium. Our first colony. There it is. Very nice. Very nice indeed. One could almost say splendid. We found a nebula back there. It's also always a nice thing to have. Although we will need to... No, we won't even need to go through Bilnaga. What's it called? The polity of Bilnaga. Okay, you're almost done with the solar panel network.
Construction complete.
I'm torn if I should build another construction ship. But I don't think so, really. Let's take a quick look at the ship designer here. I still didn't read up on any theory crafting behind this, but then again we wouldn't be able to do any theory crafting at all. Yeah, so let's just, I don't know, build maybe 3. Yeah, 3 sounds like a good enough number of corvettes, and then hope that we'll be able to... Yeah, we'll definitely want that.
Updated.
I don't know what would come of this. That doesn't say here. We could also... Yeah, let's hold off with the situation log mission thingies. What are they called even? I'm gonna call them missions. Until we have, what's it called? Planetary unification. And then we're gonna take a look at some of those Greek aliens here.
System survey complete.
Alright, the system survey is complete up here. There's another 6 minerals. That's not too shabby, I'd say. What I want to do is go up into that direction, because up there we have more habitable worlds, and they span quite a distance. They're not the biggest worlds. Well, this one certainly is, and this one was... Yeah, this one's 2. So if we could just take these 2, we'd already have a pretty sizable sphere of influence around this place, and we could maybe, I don't know, colonize this world pretty soon once we get the ocean tech, or we could just litter a few outposts about the place, and we'll see. Alright, so far everything's working about right, about the way we want it. Now we're gonna join our fleets soon enough. And we're also done with
System
this,
survey complete.
I think. Yeah, we're just gonna do a power plant here. We can always change that later, but we need more money. And we need it right now. Man, there's just lots of minerals down here. I want them all. Speaking of wanting them all, they have... What kind of a planet is this? An arid world. So there's an arid that wants Arctic. And that wants Arctic too. So they wouldn't have any reason to come down here. Their main priorities would probably be Bij and Ampaldir. So nothing that conflicts with our interests too much. Now, it would be really interesting to know what's in Kodraka. Because then we'd be able to make an assessment on whether we would want another outpost maybe over here in Liram. Or not. Well, we'll see about that. Alright, so 6 corvettes should be enough to deal with any alien vessels up here. So we probably want to make multiple trips, but that's not really that much of a problem. Alright, that's one of those pulsar systems with tons and tons of enemies in them. That's all very interesting. I like the fact that we still have a pretty good, and that we already have a pretty good idea of where we are and who's around us. And we seem to have quite a bit of space to expand.
Situation log updated.
Hang on, who was that? Wasn't you? Who was you? Right. We were forced to return because we were within the borders of the Tizikian Ascendancy. That sounds a lot like an ancient empire thingy. Yep, most definitely. Fallen Empire, they're called. We could learn much from each other. Alright, so you will... I don't know, just go back. Can we... Right, they're militant isolationists. They're fanatic xenophobes, so we're not gonna get anything out of them. Will we? What about star charts? Dismissive attitude? No, they wouldn't. They would not trade with lowly beings like us. Alright, that's most of what we wanted to do here. So let's just go back to Argento, shall we? Yep, there we go. What else? We didn't get Korgas or Enif, not by a long shot, so we probably gonna need at least 2 techs of border range to go up to there. But that's alright, because we do have Rimboth, and Rimboth is already ripe with minerals.
Construction complete. Colony
I'm loving the energy output here. Thrifty, individualist, or empire form. That's just a lot of stuff. Awesome. Alright, and there's our first properly colonized planet, Dustamon Prime. Looking pretty good here. I think the first guy will want to do... How are we looking on planetary edicts? Do we have any divergence, migration? No, not really. We don't have any food, any growth edicts. I think the growth edicts, if I recall correctly, are a pacifist thing, but I wouldn't bet anything on it. Right, so I want these planets to grow as fast as possible to a size of 5. Or do I? We should probably do a little bit of a calculation here. So we have a surplus of 3, which means we could go... Yeah, we definitely want at least 1 hydroponics farm. And how far are we from robots? It's still 12 months. Yeah, but once we have robots, we can very quickly accelerate our expansion there. I'm still torn of whether or not I want the other planets here.
System survey complete.
I don't think it would make that much sense. Right, there we are. Space piracy. Now that's certainly not a good thing for us. Mainly because it's right in our new system here, and they're probably gonna shoot. Huh? No, that's a station. Pirate fleet, show me. Ah, there they are, right next to the station, of course. It's a little... that's a little... not nice. Sorely out of words there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take all the guys here and send them over there as fast as possible and just try to delay. I mean, the worst thing that could happen here right now is that we lose our frontier outpost, and I definitely don't want that. Alright, so we have everything researched there. I don't really see any point in going further down. So maybe we should just go up there. Can we? We can. Oh, it's probably a bit too risky right now. Let's see what the pirates do. Oh, they just go. Where are they going? Right, in that case, everyone just go back, I guess. Oh no, there they are. It probably means they want to go to Despot. What's that then? It's that system. Still not a system where we have anything. Interesting. To Krakan. Alright, it's still within our reach. Ah, they want to go to our new colony. That's certainly something we won't let happen. Alright, so now we have to take care not to get too close. Let's get over there real quick.
Construction
And
complete.
that's also another... There we go. Another Corvette. Entering orbit of Cybon 1. Alright, so they want...
Special project complete. Station under
Didn't
attack.
even read what they
Construction
wanted there.
complete.
Right, so... Yeah, they're shooting at that mineral outpost. That's... I guess acceptable. I think I can live with that. Let's also try not to lose the whole station. And that's planetary unification. Very nice. Unlock tile blockers. That's not really something I'm terribly fond of right now. I'd rather do a quick research. Also, now that we have all this, let's do this research, this research, this research, that one, and that one. And all the other ones are localized research. Alright, let's deal with these guys.
Fleet engaged.
Where are our other ships? Still quite a ways away. So So let's hope that within the crossfire of the station and our 4 corvettes we can at least do something. Already we lost 1 ship. This isn't looking terribly nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna bide my time here. And just return immediately and not engage.
Research complete.
More research speed. Let's yeah, let's get better weapons. That's certainly a nice thing. Oh, we have unemployed pops. How did that even happen? Yeah, but I think we still need to get to more food on our homeworld. Alright, how far are you off? Still too far. Yeah, I don't think we can save that.
Anomaly found.
We're all very beaten up. We should just go back.
Research complete.
Bite our losses here. And have a look at where they're going next. It seems they're going just back to our home system, or maybe they want to go up to Rimborth. But we'll definitely catch them there with our joint forces here. Those small early game battles. Always an interesting sight to watch. Other than that, we also have robots. We're gonna take a look at that pretty soon. Better thrusters, or... yeah, better thrusters, definitely. Alright, so I think that's gonna be about it for this episode. So yeah, as always, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Described, and I shall see you soon.